gonna tell me what I'm gonna do. It's my house.
You should have addressed it yesterday.
You still, like I said, you still not gonna tell me what to do. It's in my house. Point blank, period. But once you get emotional, you think it's okay to drop the moral code, right? Everything is cool with you until you get emotional. Then that shit go out the door. Only reason why you upset is because you caught.
Ain't nobody caught nothing. I told y'all I wanted to address it yesterday.
We did address it. We did address. We did it. We did it. So how you got a right to get an attitude right now, honestly? Like if you really.
Over it and you, I'm sitting here. I sat right here first. I've been right here all day. Now if he sat right there and you felt some type of way, you should have told him to move. You should have been like, what are you doing? Why are you even sitting right there? If that's how you felt, that easy. But you said to him that on live, you ain't doing it alone. That's how you
I kind of just caught it on live. I wasn't. You seen when I caught it too. Like you seen when I caught it too.
You know, I've been here all day though. I've been here all day in this spot. I did yoga in this spot. I was with Eliana in this spot. I was asleep in this spot, and I came back to this spot.
Your dishonesty is less than moral, because it'd be different if you could admit what I seen. Yo, sit down, yo.
He does that all the time, okay? Watch that. He does that all the time. You wanna know how I know he does that all the time? She didn't flinch. You know how, like, when you get your behind whooped all the time, like, even when you're younger, you always get ass whooping with a belt. After a while, you become so immune to that where it doesn't hurt anymore. He does that all the time. Trust me, he does. He probably just did it the other day when she refused to jump in a lake. And that's why the next day she jumped her ass in the lake. But he does that all the time. She barely flinched when he did it. Not only that, he was so quick to do it. Like, that's a normal reaction. Like, it was so impulsive. And then he says, the baby's in your hand. Basically telling her, you got to put the baby down because I can't fuck you up with that baby in your hand. I can't.
The baby's in your hand, yo. Hold on, Chris. Hold it, Chris.
People saying that he pushed her. That seemed like a smack to me.
Yo, sit down, yo. The baby's in your hand, yo. Hold on, Chris. Hold it, Chris. If you could admit
that was a smack.
What I seen. Yo, sit down.
That he's just smacked her in her face. I can't believe this.
Yo, sit down.
That he smacked her in her face. You see his hand right there. Watch. He smacked her with no care in the world.
Down, yo. The baby's in your hand, yo.
That baby.
Hold on, Chris. Hold it.
He want her to put the baby down so that he could whoop her ass. And then watch, listen what happens. He's in the background and he's whooping her, like he's hitting her, beating her. You can hear it. This is like really triggered me, really made me upset. And I'm really mad at Eliana's father for not going down there to get his daughter. Sorry, my daughter fell. Hold on. Did she just say get off of me? Hold on. It sounded like she said get off of me. She says get off of me.
keep this rolling?
No, please.
Oh my God, this just made me so fucking mad. You got, you know what? Let me get on the camera. You know what? I just can't. Watching that really seriously pissed me off. I could feel like it was like almost a flashback to shit that I have been through. And the anger and hurt in Eliana's voice, I could feel it. That was just not okay. Everybody sitting there talking about that man pushed her. He didn't push her. He smacked her in the face while she was holding her baby. He smacked her in the face. Not only did he smack her in the face, he tried to make her feel bad about holding the baby. But that's not really, he wanted her to put the baby down. Put the baby down so that he could attack her without hurting the baby. But I promise you, from listening to what was going on, he attacked her while holding that baby. And that's why that baby was screaming like that. And I only have one motherfucking question. Mr. Marquez, because I'm looking at him. Let me look in the camera. Mr. Marquez, Larry Marquez, whatever your name is, Eliana's father, what are you going to do? Because as a woman, not having my father in situations like that, it's not a good fucking feeling. You always feel like your dad is Superman. Your dad he's supposed to be your Superman. He's supposed to be the one to protect you and keep you safe from harm. No matter how fucking stubborn you are, that is a father's job. I never had that. So I can relate to Eliana when it comes to her anger towards you. But you need to go get your fucking daughter and grandchild before something seriously bad happens. I don't care what the fuck you gotta do. I don't care if you gotta make a fucking, what's it called? GoFundMe to make sure you can get there, to make sure you can get your passport. You can get there to make sure you can get all her stuff in order. That's your daughter. I'm sure you can get her stuff in order for her so that she can get out of that situation. I don't know what the fuck it is you have to do, but you need to have to do it. And I'm sorry for the cussing and for those who don't like it and for those who might get offended, but that's just how I feel right now. So y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Excuse my voice. I'm sick too. But let me tell you something. That was not okay. He did not push her. He smacked her in the face while she was holding their daughter. Not only did he smack her in the face while she was trying to de-escalate the situation by just getting up and leave. Or maybe not de-escalate, because with Nature Boy's personality, he's very controlling. He said sit down, so anything besides what he says to do would have been a fucking problem. Now here's the thing, we all know what he did to Maisha, his other kid's mom, whatever, if that's how you say her name. He beat her face in so bad she was unrecognizable. So I don't understand why, with all of this out there, her father has still yet to go and get his daughter. Father, mother, whatever, a parent's job is to protect their child. Sorry, guys. I'm so sick. I apologize for coughing in you guys' ear. But a parent's job is to protect their child. If that was my child, and even if I didn't have the money, I didn't know where to start, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to get the money. And I'm going to get my child. And I'm going to advocate for my child. I don't care if they kicking and screaming and punching and biting me. But they are coming the fuck home. Now, how do you feel listening to that? I mean, I'm sure you speculated. I'm sure you thought maybe that was going on. But now you know. So how do you feel? You know, I really don't have much else to say on this, because honestly, like, I could really feel as if I was in that situation again and it was me. And I just didn't like the feeling. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to bash nobody or anything like that. And I'm not trying to call you a bad dad, Mr. Marquez, but you need to go get your daughter and your grandchild, because I have a bad feeling in my gut that something's gonna happen. Because you wanna know what, Eliana, it's like everything has opened for her. You know what I'm saying? She's starting to realize shit for what it is. She's not a dumb girl. She's very smart. Anyways, so I ended up moving because I didn't want my kids hearing whatever it was I had to say, and they ended up coming where I was. But like I was saying, Eliana is like the veil is being lifted. Eliana is growing up. She's no longer 19 anymore. She's starting to come into her womanhood. Basically, she just had a child. And she's starting to see shit for what it is, and not for the false reality that she's trying to make it to be. She's challenging Nature Boy, which is natural and normal. Not only is she challenging him, but she's challenging him because she's losing respect for him. She's losing respect for the kind of person she thought he was, somebody that he isn't. And just like, you know, because narcissists are really good at making you believe that they are somebody that they aren't. They're really good at catering to your insecurities, but they're even better at, once you get comfortable, they're even better at tearing you down and all your insecurities. Once he knows all her insecurities, so they use those against you. And that's pretty much lately what he's been doing. He's been using them against her to tear her down purposefully. And Eliana is resisting, and he doesn't like that. So it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse from here. And somebody needs to go get her. I don't know, because, you know, this is the only person in the world that can get on the computer live in front of the whole entire world and tell people that he's participated in bestiality. He can tell people that he prostituted or was a prostitution. He can tell people that he molested children. He can tell people any fucking thing, that he abused his child's mom and beat her up and basically gave her a whole new face. He can now, I want to see how this goes, because if after this people are still following, like, he can tell people that he uses them for money. He basically made a live, and I'll put that up, saying that he is using and uses women for their money. And he was teaching a young man how to be one of those men who drive around in a girlfriend's car. I just can't with him. He's the only, like, why isn't this man detained? You telling me I can't play copyrighted music, but he can get online and he can beat somebody's ass, admit to child molestation, admit to bestiality and prostitution and all kinds of stuff, and nobody's trying to do anything about that? Anyways, but that's besides the point. Let me tell you something. Mr. Marquez, you need to go get your daughter. Seriously, you need to go get your daughter. Because I get it. She's grown. She wants to be there. But as parents, we need to do what we think is best for our children. And I don't care if she wants to be there. Clearly, it's a toxic situation. It's not healthy for her. It can cause her harm. Who knows? You know, something really bad could happen. They don't have no medical attention. Nobody can just call the police where they're at. Like with Maisha, only reason why she didn't die was because people intervened. And I think the police was pulling up or whatever. Now, let's just say he gets that angry with Eliana. Hold on, I got a call. But let's just say he gets that angry with Eliana.
And clearly no one there jumped in to intervene. All the men there just sat there like and was like, oh, just stop recording. All the women there, everybody's just dumbfounded. Like that, honestly, that must be something that happens all the time. All the time. And seriously, I think Aya is not stupid. Aya did that on purpose. Aya knew she should have stopped recording, okay? Aya is not a dumbass. People think Aya is dumb. Aya is not dumb. Aya is exposing the truth without exposing the truth, if that makes any sense. I feel really bad for those women. You have Sheba who's about to have a baby, then the other women who might possibly be pregnant, and it's like, I don't know. You know what? I don't have nothing else to say besides, Mr. Marquez, go get your daughter. You know, that really hurt my heart. That really hurt my heart listening to that. It brought me back to places that I didn't want to revisit. And it really made me think. Well, one, it made me lose some respect for Mr. Marquez. Because I don't know what's going on, but I remember watching him and Jazzy was saying, or Jazzy G, she was saying, or they were supposed to be planning to go get Eliana. So I'm kind of like, what is going on? What happened? Like, are you guys still planning to go get her? And if so, what the fuck is taking you so long? Seriously, what's taking you so long? So I'm interested to see if he has anything to say about this, what it is, and what his actions, not words, but what his actions are going to be. Because this really was not okay. And the baby must have got hurt. Because the baby started screaming really loud. And I know it's because the baby in the process got hurt. Because he didn't care she was holding that baby when he smacked her in her face like that. He specifically kept telling her, you're holding the baby. Not because he cared about the fucking baby, but because he wanted her to put the baby down so he can really do her the way he wants to do her. That's why he was saying, oh, you holding the baby. When he got off of camera, believe me, he did not care that she was holding the baby. You could hear her say, get off of me. At least that's what I think I heard. Get off of me. The baby screaming. Because she's not holding that baby because she just want to hold her baby. She was holding that baby for protection, to protect herself. That's why she was holding that baby. And she got up because she's tired of everything being put online. I would have got up too, like, you're not about to do me like this again. I'm removing myself from this conversation and from your little live charades, whatever the fuck you think your real nigga moment bullshit. And I'm going in the other room with my baby. But Nature Boy, being the controlling narcissist that he is, you ain't going nowhere. And because she got up, I'm sorry, I'm so sick, I'm trying to talk. Because she got up and didn't obey him, oh, he went crazy. So anyways, I'm not going to keep talking about this. It's really sad. And I really didn't plan on recording really nothing today. But when I seen that, I felt like I needed to say something. And I'm going to put it up right now. I'm not going to do too much editing because this is some real shit. And yeah. So Mr. Marquez, I got one question for you. What are you going to do now? Now that you know that this grown man, damn near your age, he's like 40 something years old, is beating on your 21, 22-year-old daughter. Not only is he beating on her, but in front of your newborn granddaughter, and probably hit the baby by accident too. What are you going to do? This in Mexico. If he wanted to discard her somewhere in Mexico, he could. Who's gonna fucking know? Nobody. Who's gonna know? Like, if he, or even on accident, I'm sure he could get really angry, just like he did with Maisha, or whatever her name is, and accidentally kill her out of, the heat of passion. So you need to do something. I know you ain't a kin of mine, and she's not a kin of mine, so I'm not going no further than this. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm not about to be bouncing, jumping in nobody's business, but something needs to be done. So you want to be that father that she needed and go get her regardless of what the fuck she said, and prove to her that somebody does love her and she's loved enough for you to do that, because that's what that girl needs. She's looking for the love that she feels like she did not have with her father. Excuse me, hold on. But she's looking for the love that she feels like you neglected her of, her father neglected her of, through this man. And she's just revisiting the same trauma that she claims that you put her through, or whomever put her. It's a cycle repeating itself. Now somebody needs to break it, and that somebody is the father. The father needs to prove to her that she is loved, that her life matters. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what she says, let me tell you something. When I was young, I used to do things just to see how much I was loved. I used to do things all the time just to see, are they going to care enough to get me out of this situation or to help me through it? And when they don't, it feels like shit. So you really need to prove to her. And one more thing that just came to mind. Do you guys remember when Efru was flirting with Caliber after she already said she wanted to be single or was supposed to be with Nature Boy or whatever the case may be? But she was flirting with Caliber, and she was MIA off the camera for a while. And then he was saying like she was in punishment and couldn't be on live. It's quite funny how now he thinks Eliana was flirting with True, and this happens. So what do you think he might have did? I mean, maybe he doesn't care about Efru enough to do that, but we're talking about Nature Boy and his ego, okay? It hurt his ego to think that the women are flirting with the other men, the women that's supposed to be his. He's all about his fucking ego. He's the man. He's the man with the big eggplant. He's the man with the, he's that nigga, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Efru or whatever her name was kept off camera because she had bruises or something that they didn't want people to see. Just a thought. But I'm done. You guys, I'm not going to say like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. This was something really serious. But I'm done. Everybody have a nice day. And I'm just praying for Eliana and the baby. That's all you can do.